Hey guys, my name is Mary Jane, and this is part two of the checklist of language to avoid in academic writing. Let's move on to our third tip. Avoid using run on expressions. Now, what are run on expressions? These expressions actually include phrases such as and so forth, and so on, or etc. Try to complete the sentence properly as much as possible. Do not use these if you can avoid them. So, for example, we have here informal sentences that have a run on, and we have the formal alternative. So, let's have the first one. Nurses must take into consideration patients' dietary needs resulting from allergies, medication, medical conditions, and so on. Now, it's better if we properly completed this sentence. Example, nurses must take into consideration patients' dietary needs resulting from allergies, medication, and medical conditions. Another example, public transport includes vehicles for public use on the roads, airways, waterways, etc. It's better to say, public transport includes vehicles for public use, such as buses, trains, and aeroplanes. We are now on our fourth tip. Do not use rhetorical questions. What are rhetorical questions? It is actually a question for which no answer is expected. A rhetorical question is one in a written text where the writer assumes the reader knows the answer, or where the writer goes to answer the question in the text. However, you should not risk your point being misunderstood. So you have to make your point clear and upfront. So for example, we have here informal sentences that also includes rhetorical questions and a better alternative. So let's have the first one. Industrial sites cause vast amounts of environmental pollution. So why do we still use them? It should be the question surrounding the continued use of industrial sites, given their vast pollution production, still remains. So it's better not to ask a rhetorical question. So just really try to think of better wordings or better expressions that you should use in your sentence. Another example, what is a team? A team can be one person, but will usually end up including many more. So you should just really be very clear and upfront of your answer. It should be a team can include one person, but usually involves many more. And we have another example. The question is, however, does the design school model provide a practical solution to the problem of how to formulate strategy? It should be, it is questionable whether the design school model provides a practical solution to the problem of strategy formulation. So if you can notice, there are actually you can change your rhetorical questions into statements and still use them effectively in an essay. So just really try to formulate the right words and expressions. We are down to our last tip. Place adverbs within the verb. Adverbs should be placed within the verb group rather than in the initial or final positions. In informal English, adverbs often occur as clauses at the beginning or probably at the end of your sentences. For example, then the solution can be discarded, or the blood is withdrawn slowly. But in formal writing, it should be placed within the verb group. So it's better to say the solution can then be discarded. The blood is slowly withdrawn. So take some precautions on where you're going to write your adverbs, especially in formal writing. Thank you.